Hi gorgeous lights, welcome to an overdue energy update, and the energy update is for May. Wow, what a big month. It is an illumination month, so the month of May is kind of entering in with quite a lot of decisive energy. Now, if you're finding that your tolerances are wavering in and out, some days you're really good with your tolerances, some days you're really bad with your tolerances, please understand that in the evaluation of you, you are undergoing a process that of shedding subconscious beliefs that belong to others, and in finding your own truthful alignment. Now, there's a process with this, guys, and you've got to go one layer off to get to the next layer, and layer to actually uncover a truth beyond truth, if that makes sense. So I'll put it this way, because Angel's talking about it. It is really important that you rediscover simple joys that were there in your childhood when you were younger, to bring back those feelings of expansiveness, growth, creativeness, that has been kind of pushed down by other people's opinions, responsibility, life stuff, all of those sorts of things that are making you feel really, really jaded. So as we enter like Taurus season, I'm going to call it, there's more of this persistent, unbelievably persistent energy going, this doesn't serve you anymore. Oh, you need a boundary for that. Or, oh, you need to, we're gonna keep illuminating this as a wound that you've got, so that you empower yourself to heal it by acknowledging it. So the only way that we heal a wound energetically, I want to be specific about this because someone called me on this today, energetically, to address a wound that you have to acknowledge it. So you have to recognize what it is. You have to recognize what the universe is showing you. And I can hear this song. It's the song they're playing. I won't back down. I'm going to stand my ground. Now, all of these processes, and think of it this way, is it's not like, they keep showing me a bowl for Taurus, but it's kind of like, my grandfather's making me laugh, no BS. He's just keep saying no BS. Well, it isn't so much about that. It's not about what other people are doing. It is also about the universe pushing you to say, here's my boundary, here's my self-accountability, here's my opportunity for me to heal and grow just a little bit more as well. So a lot of the experiences that people were actually having is because the universe is going, you've still got some, oops, we took this layer off, and underneath this layer you had a little bit more ick that needed exposure so that it can heal, and we're going to show it to you. Yay, congratulations. And I noticed that I've said to the guides quite a few times, oh, for goodness sake, is there more? And I kind of feel like they're aired. But wait, there's more. There's another set of steak knives. Just underneath that layer, there's another layer. So it's really important for you to understand, in this delayering and this shedding, you can think that you have dealt with it at all, or you've recognized, like, oh my gosh, it's my own toxic trait, to forgive people too quickly, or not put a clear enough boundary in, or not be clear enough of what I actually need to say. And it's backfiring on you, and the universe is going, well, not quite right that time, but we'll just show it to you again, so that you can actually realize that it's you that needs to actually process this information. It's you that needs to look at your own personal reactive state and see how you deal with yourself in that, so that you can deal with yourself with approval, not guilt and shame and blame and all of those sorts of things as human beings that we absolutely love to do, because nobody actually gave us permission to say you're actually really entitled to feel the way that you feel, but not everybody does have to agree with you on that as well. So there's some massive processes going on in May that are going to illuminate where wounding us. And Yeah, exactly. It's a combination of karmic wounding, so it could be from past life or anything like that to do with relationship that isn't serving you, that needs to actually end. It could be DNA-based wounding or ancestral wounding that is filtering through, that does not serve you anymore, and it's time to shed that. Because as we're shedding these things, you're finding you underneath it, right? But it's in the delayering, you can get rid of one layer and think, oh, I totally got it. And it's being illuminated to me. Like, it can be illuminated in this way. You may have someone around you that struggles to, you arrange to meet them and they struggle to turn up on time, and you're left going, for goodness sake, I'm giving up my precious time to meet with you. I enjoy you, but every time I'm having to wait on somebody else's disorganisation, right? So that can be triggering for you, and you could be investigating and go, well, hold on a minute, what's this showing up for me? Is it showing up that, you know, that I've been specific enough of my person or the person that I'm meeting that I'm not prepared to do this anymore? Or do what I can sneakily do sometimes, if I know a person's late, then I'll tell them I'll meet them at a certain time, and I will literally make sure that I'm actually putting them ahead of the time that I'm expecting to actually be there, just simply because if their habit is to run half an hour late, then I will literally allow for that half an hour before I and factor it into the equation, okay? So there's things that you can do that you're being mindful and prioritising where you are as well, but you may have to peel that top layer off and get uncomfortable with that realisation to then go into the secondary layer, which is to actually say, no, I need to say something. It's actually been bugging me for ages, so I actually really, really need to say something. So this is a type of illuminations that are going to go on this month, guys. And I'm kind of really, I want you to understand, no, that's fine. I want you to understand, Evangels has said, it's really important that you understand that it's from a empowerment point of view. It's an empowerment because it's not about them, it's not about what they're doing, it's about how you are feeling, because we are exploring, and it's probably going to get explosive through May by the looks of things, to do with, what did you call it? Territorialness. That's right, territorialness. So we're going to have countries that feel really territorial, and that country's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and but it's not external, it is internal. It is a little bit about going, I don't have control over what somebody else does, how somebody else reacts, or what their behaviour is. I have control over mine. Okay, so how you deal with things, where your trigger points is, where your self-accountability is, all of these sorts of things, part of me, will be shown to you during May. So it's really funny when I talk to, you know, I'm quite used to talking to the guides about this sort of stuff, and them going, oh, by the way, and I'm like, oh, good to know, and then it's way deeper than what I thought it was going to be. That's normal, because I take it at face value that they go, oh, by the way, you're going to have to look at some insecurities this month, and I'm like, oh, good to know, that'll be helpful, it'll be great, I'll clear a few more things. And then I go, oh my gosh, I didn't think it would be that deep of what I had to deal with, because I haven't actually investigated or considered that there's more than meets the eye. And when you're dealing with a guide, there's always more than meets the eye. So it's a little bit of, instead of resenting it, which is what I'm getting to, don't resent it. Realize it's an empowerment space that we're actually in on the planet, to help people get back in touch with their feels. So the only way that you get in touch with your feels, or start to manage your feels, is sometimes being put in the same situation over and over again, till you realise the only person that's being triggered by that situation is you. So in that illumination, it is you that has to deal with you, kinda, to break the cycle of the universe showing it to you again and again and again. And the way that people, quite often, to use another example, people say to me, oh my God, I just cut one really, really difficult person out of my life, and the universe has brought me back another difficult person. Of course it will. The reason why it's doing that is you cut a difficult person out of your life. You do not say to that person, that's kind of toxic behaviour, and I'm not okay with that behaviour. Instead, you just cut that person. So the universe said, you did not empower you at this period of time to say your truth, to own how you felt, and to make that clear. So here, have another one. Oh, have another one. So you can try again. And as I said, we as human beings can go, oh my God, I'm really resentful that this cycle keeps happening, but we're not actually understanding what's happening. Or it can be maybe that you applied for a job and you thought it was a dream job, and for no reason that you could think of, you didn't actually get that role. You've got two choices. Ask them why you didn't get that role. Be clear enough and uncomfortable enough to let a little bit of critiquing going noted. Or you could go, right, the universe has bigger plans for me, because the universe always has bigger plans for you, and that isn't the role that I'm sexually supposed to be in. So I'll surrender to over controlling the situation, and I will allow the energy to direct me into the role that is more suited for me and more empowering for me. We don't, yeah, exactly, I understand. May is very much about illumination. Is this working for you? Is it not working for you? Is it working for you? Is it not working for you? So whatever area that fits, whether it's work, play, relationship, whatever, you're going to get the illumination through May as well. And it's a preparatory energy. Most of the whole of this year runs on two trajectories: freedom to be yourself, or potential of self year. Now, in a freedom of self year, you're going to free yourself from toxic traits, bad behavior, too much toxic forgiveness, I call it, bending over backwards, accommodating habits, not speaking your truth. And that one I get can kind of be a little bit wiggly, because a lot of people say to me, well, I want to speak my truth. Well, speaking your truth is saying that doesn't work for me, not biting someone's head off because you've decided they're an idiot. They may well be, but they're entitled to have their own opinion of the way that they work. And if you got to the point where you are snapping someone's head off, it's you have not said anything before you got to that point, before you got triggered to that point. It is time to get uncomfortable and going, I'm going to say something before I've completely lost my rag. And then we feel really terrible, we feel really guilty, we feel really shamed that we haven't dealt with that situation properly. Don't let yourself get to that. Please don't let yourself get to that. Recognize what's going on. That first flicker of annoyance, it's time to speak your truth. Okay, and go, mentally I'm equally as allowed to say what I need to say, and I'm not responsible for how that other person reacts. This is mastery time, guys. We are in mastering emotional equilibrium, and because on this planet, and it's the end of the sacrifice energy, because on this planet we've been taught to sacrifice ourselves to keep other people happy, this is a big emotion time and confronting time, because most of us don't want to get taken out by our emotions. Remember, as we're unlearning something, it's like a pendulum. We can swing in this direction and then swing back in that direction, and backwards and forwards till you find middle ground. Try not to chop off too many people's heads this month. Try not to chop off your own head this month by beating yourself up too much for energetic challenges and changes that are helping you become the best empowered version of yourself. Because if you're self-aware and you're paying attention to what's going on, you are shedding old bits that don't serve you to become a really awesome, honest, clear, authentic version of yourself. Woo, that sounds awesome. Don't resent the process. Have a fantastic week, and I will be doing more updates through May as well. Take care of you.